Hi, my name is Ronaldo Rendon, and this is my friend Spike. Welcome to Bulldog Bound 3E, Elementary Exploration Event. Today we are going to be participating in a workshop that highlights one of the programs that you can study when you're a student here at Allan Hancock College. We are going to spend 20 minutes learning from one of our professors about what they teach and doing some cool activities. Remember, the Bulldog Bound is a part of the Hancock Promise program. If you graduate from one of the high schools within the Allan Hancock Community College District, you will be eligible for the first year free at Allan Hancock College. So say it with me, first year free at AHC. All right, now let's head off to our first workshop.
Hi, my name is Neil Lemaire and welcome to Bulldog Bound, Paws for Police. Thank y'all for joining us today. I am currently the Deputy Corrections Academy Coordinator, and I'd like to share with you a little bit about that academy. The wonderful thing is that if you're interested in a career in law enforcement, you have the opportunity to begin that career at the age of 18 years old within corrections. An example, Santa Barbara County Sheriff, San Luis County Sheriff, those agencies hire 18-year-olds and then they can start their career making a very, very nice salary yearly to include benefits and things of that nature. What does the academy consist of? Well, it's approximately a 9 to 10 week academy. It incorporates physical training, it incorporates arrest and control, it incorporates firearms, it incorporates EVOC, emergency vehicle operations, which is driving cars on a track at a high rate of speed, which is kind of fun. It also allows you to learn a lot about the penal code and the California criminal justice system. Since we do adhere to the legislative laws, then we have to implement those laws and not deviate from them. So you get a really good course in the laws of California. When you're all done with this academy, you've been certified in all these areas and some other ones to include CPR as one of them, baton training as another. So there's a lot of really good certifications that you will receive through POST as well as STC, which is a state mandated area for corrections. When you're done, hopefully you will start your career within corrections. Now you can come to this academy one of two ways. You can become an independent, which means that you will go ahead and come and hopefully be achieving employment shortly thereafter. The other way, which a lot of people do, is they have already applied to work for, in this case, let's just use the example, Santa Barbara County Sheriffs. Once they receive employment, then the agency will put them through this academy. The other great thing is if you're really interested in this and you're thinking, I don't know if I can afford it, Hancock does anything and everything that they can to help you and afford you the opportunities to successfully complete this. And then in the end, you also will be a law enforcement officer, you'll be serving your community, you'll be protecting your community, and it's a wonderful occupation. I hope to see you in the near future, and thank you very much.
Hello, and welcome to Bulldog Bound. My name is Ken George. I am the Academy Coordinator for the law enforcement training here at the Lompoc campus. The academy here at Hancock is one of 43 academies across the state of California that are governed by the state of California. Currently, the Hancock College Academy is the #1 rated academically academy in the state of California, of the 43 academies. Those who come to our academy have to be 21 years of age. So, for those of you who are entering just out of high school, you probably want to make sure you stay in school. There's 3 things I want you to do. Stay in school, get a job, and stay out of trouble. You got 3 years to not do stupid things that would probably embarrass your grandmother. That's what I say. If you do that, then you got a good foundation, so when you're ready to enter the academy, you got a good foundation that you can start with. The academy is 22 weeks long, 862 hours of training. Includes firearms, arrest and control, physical fitness, scenarios, classroom time, driving. It is a pretty intensive program, but once you graduate from this academy, you are certified to enter the career in law enforcement. Now, you can enter the academy either as a sponsored recruit. That means you get hired by an agency before the academy starts. That means you get paid to be here. Or you can enter the academy as an independent recruit. That means you are paying your own way to come through the academy, and with the hopes of getting hired either upon graduation or during the academy or after graduation. So it's a pretty extensive program. It requires you to come in here in top physical condition and to be mentally prepared for the career in law enforcement. It's a very rewarding career, and it's one that you can take this academy class and go right to a job and start working full time. We're also going to show you some other activities that are going on today. We're going to take you into the mat room where the law enforcement class is doing some warm-up drills for arrest and control training. And then we're going to take you outside and show you some physical activity with the Corps Academy, those going into the custody program. So we hope you enjoy what you see. And if you want to get a good career in law enforcement, then here's where you start. Come to Hancock, start here, go anywhere. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chuck Riley. We're at the public safety facility. We're here in the mat room where the police cadets do their arrest and control training, where they learn how to defend themselves when they're making an arrest. And so we always start the class with a warm-up, which is a physical activity. And the activities that they're about to do serve two purposes. One is to be a warm-up, and two, to help teach them techniques that they may use in the field. And so go ahead in class. You guys know your warm-up, so go ahead and go through that, please. So the first technique they're doing is forward rolling. And so this is to simulate if they're running and they're about to fall, rather than them face plant right into the ground, they do a roll for safety. First they do it forward, then they'll come over to the back and they'll do a backward roll, simulating if they were to have fallen backwards.
Backward roll.
So it's a lot like somersaults kids do in school, but there's actually a technique to it, and you can see they're kind of rolling over to one side to protect their neck rather than injuring their neck or injuring their spine as they fall backwards. Now they're going to do what we call a break fall, which is where they actually practice falling without completing the roll. And then they do a stand-up technique, which is a way that they can learn to stand up in case there's somebody there that might be a danger to them. They stand up in this proper way where they're able to defend themselves as they stand up. So these particular students have only done this about 3 or 4 different times. And so what we do is we do this every class at the beginning. So by the end of the semester, they'll have done thousands of repetitions so that it becomes automated rather than them having to consciously think about it.
Shrimp escape.
Now they're doing a technique we call shrimp escape. This is straight from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And it doesn't really seem practical because there's not an opponent there. But when there's actually an opponent in front of them, what they're doing is moving their hips away so they can get their legs in between them and their opponent who may be trying to attack them. Once they can get their hips away, they can engage their legs and protect themselves against somebody who may be trying to harm them. Now they're repeating the first technique, but they're adding a second technique where first they hip escape away, and now they're going to their hands and knees, and they can, this later expands on some of our other techniques. This is more of a preface to another technique where the person, who they're being the officer role, they go to the ground, they got pushed to the ground, they escape, and then they're ended up standing back up and able to defend themselves further. Again, these kind of techniques don't really seem like much because there's no opponent involved, but later when we start showing them various techniques where they're engaging with an opponent, these things start to make more sense.
firefighter training?
Now this is another drill where we actually simulate having a person involved with it. And in this exercise, both people are getting to practice the technique. The first one, the standing person is learning how to get around the legs of the person on the ground, which is actually an important component of a fight. Even though it doesn't look very complicated, it can be. And then the person on the bottom is simulating how to get their legs back in between them and their opponent to defend themselves. Now we call this a duck walk. All this really does is start warming up their knees to practice more of a wrestling takedown. This is kind of a fundamental wrestling drill. So first they'll do this duck walk as like a warm-up stretch for their knees and stuff. Then following this, they'll do what's called a shot, a wrestling shot, which is the beginning of a wrestling takedown. So here again, all these things are not really techniques per se, they're more warm-ups for later techniques or the beginnings of later techniques. And this is just the warm-up for the whole class. So here they're simulating a shot, which is pretending that somebody's in front of them that they need to take to the ground for whatever reason. And so this is the proper wrestling technique to do one type of technique, one type of wrestling takedown. Now what the students are doing is actually simulating being on the other side of that. So simulating that somebody's trying to take their legs to take them to the ground. So they're actually simulating the defense to somebody trying to take out their legs. So that's what we do for our daily warm-up before classes. It takes the first time about an hour to teach it, but then they can bang through it in 5 to 10 minutes. And then now we will jump into the actual teaching of techniques for the rest of the class.
Okay, so what we're going to do, let's get them into open ranks, do the half right face, and then let's get them in front leaning rest position, and let's knock out 10 push-ups.
Open ranks, march. Half right, face. Front leaning rest position, move.
Move.
Down, up.
Man one man.
Down, up.
Man two man.
Down, up.
Man three man.
Down, up.
Man four man.
Down, up.
Man five man.
Down, up.
Man six man.
Down, up.
Man seven man.
Down, up.
Man eight man.
Down, up.
Man nine man.
Down, up.
Man 10 man.
On the command of let me hear it, you will sound off. Let me hear it.
Lock it down.
Recover. All right, next command, let's go. Let's knock out 10 jumping jacks.
Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3.
1,
1, 2, 3.
2,
1, 2, 3.
3,
1, 2, 3.
4,
1, 2, 3.
5,
1, 2, 3.
6,
1, 2, 3.
7,
1, 1, 2, 3.
8,
1, 2, 3.
9,
1, 2, 3.
10.
You don't know what 10 is? Okay, let's get them back where they're supposed to be.
Half left. Face. Close ranks. March.
Dress them up.
Dress right. Dress.
Set.
Ready. Front.
Give me a couple.
Cover.
Give me a couple facing movements.
Right. Face. Right. Face. About. Face.
Okay, let's go and let's do a column right. Column right, and get them back over here. Understand?
Sir, yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Right. Face. Forward. March. Column right. March. Left. Left. Right. Left. Left. Column right. March. Left. Left. Right. Left. Left. Left, right, left. Go right. March. Left. Left, right, left. Palm right. March. Left. Left, right, left. Left. Mark time. March. Class. Halt. Left. Face.
Do a present arms, then order arms.
Present. Arms. Order. Arms.
Parade rest.
Parade. Rest.
Get them back to position of attention.
Class. Attention.
We want to thank you for participating in Bulldog Bound. We hope you enjoyed the workshop, and remember, first year free at AHC. Go Bulldogs!